Lofi Poli Sci, how we doing out there? Dr. P-Rack here, talking our famous question, what's going on in the world today? And we're back for another Friday edition of An American President's Podcast. We got Nevada and the U.S. Virgin Islands results. We got the overall standings of the Republican race. And the what's next. And a bit about what's going on in the courts right now. And first off to Nevada. So the 26 Republican delegates that were up for grabs goes to candidate Trump. As remember, candidate Haley ran in the Nevada primary, whilst candidate Trump ran in the Nevada caucus. And the Republican Party in Nevada decided that the caucus is what counted. So candidate Trump won 99.1% of the caucus, which, again, candidate Haley did not run in, so he gets the 26 delegates. And at the same time, the U.S. Virgin Islands voted and gave their 4 delegates to candidate Trump as well. Neither in Nevada nor in the U.S. Virgin Islands did any other candidate receive any other delegates. Thus, this brings our overall standings to: first place is candidate Trump with 63 delegates. Second place is candidate Haley with 17 delegates. Third place is former candidate DeSantis, who dropped out, but still keeps their 9 delegates. And fourth place is former candidate Ramaswamy, who also dropped out, but still keeps his 3 delegates. And as a reminder, there are about 2,429 delegates that the Republican Party hands out, and it takes 1,215 delegates to win the nomination. So we are still a far ways away from anyone having that number, as our leading candidate has only 63 delegates and needs 1,215 delegates to win. And next up, the candidates go to South Carolina next Saturday, February 24th, and then after that to Michigan on the 27th. And South Carolina, that's candidate Haley's home state, where she served as governor from 2011 to 2017. And get this, there's 50 delegates up for grabs here in South Carolina. If candidate Haley can take all of them in her home state, that would put her at 67 delegates, which would be 4 delegates above candidate Trump. So this next race, this next week, is such a big deal for the Republican primary moving forward, and for the number 2 candidate, candidate Haley. But equally as important to the Republican primary race is some court cases that are up at the Supreme Court right now. We are still waiting for a Supreme Court decision on if Colorado can take candidate Trump off the presidential ballot in November. Uncertain when we'll get that decision handed down, though. But also, candidate Trump's legal team is currently asking the Supreme Court to delay his election interference trial, as he claims he has/had presidential immunity. So after arguments are held, the Supreme Court will hand down an incredibly important decision in creating precedent for future presidential immunity cases. Eyes open, people. Ears to the ground. Lots going down in D.C. Catch us next week for some presidential trivia. Love you, Lo-Fi. And that's just a snap of what's going on in the world today.
I'll bring it down, Mike.
Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Pickering, signing off.